Going on, guys? Truly Wonka here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play with the Highlander. So basically, we're going to do a custom match. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown. So I'm not going to run through all the moves list because that's already given to you. But For Honor basically is about how well you can play mind games with other people and never be predictable. So I'm going to show you some different mix-ups that I do that tend to work. Now, of course, the higher the skill level you go, with your enemies, obviously it's going to be harder. And also it depends whether you're playing an assassin or someone like a warden. That also depends on what types of moves you should use. But obviously, for some starters, we've got this. One way you can constantly change that to make it a little less predictable is one, you can switch directions, and two, you can change your timing. So for example, we'll go left instead of going right. Also, you can delay it a little bit. So if you can change up the timing, change up the direction, that makes it a lot less predictable. Another thing you can chain that into is you can either chain it into a kick or you can chain it into a cancel guard break. Assassins tend to dodge, and that's why the guard break works so well with them. It's because their first reaction is to dodge. I'll go ahead and give you an example of that right quick. Chain it into a kick. That typically works. If that doesn't work and they're expecting it, or they try to counter it with a side dodge, cancel, guard break. Another thing you could do that typically works, if you can sit far enough from the person in attack stance, they will think you can't hit them, but you can let one fly from really far. You can let it fly from right here, especially if they're running toward you. Most of the time they'll walk into it. That's another thing that helps a lot. Against wardens and people like that, you really want to be in attack stance a lot more. Against assassins, shamans, orochis, things like that, it's a lot harder to stay in attack stance because all they have to do is throw a light and it brings you right out of attack stance. So another thing you can do to mix up that a lot of people really don't expect and a lot of people don't take advantage of is you can fake the Balor's Might into a kick like this. That typically works a lot. But like I said, all these things I'm saying don't really matter if you're being repetitive. Highlander is just really good because he's got a lot of mix-ups, and you can constantly change your moves and nobody would ever expect. One thing you can do that typically works, takes a good amount of damage, is you start off with the kick, finish with the attack, kick, fake the kick, and grab. This works really well against Centurions, but sometimes it'll work against other people. What you're going to do is anything they throw, you can sidestep, kick, and it's a guaranteed hit every time. Like I said, it works really well against Centurions, especially ones that don't play very defensive. Something that typically works against people who have to be up close, like Centurion, you can throw attack stance lights, just like that. You can switch direction. You can fake this, and typically they'll throw a heavy, and you can parry it. Example. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about assassins. Like I said before, you typically cannot stay in attack stance. All they have to do is throw a light, and you instantly come out of attack stance. So you want to throw a lot of spins, fake, guard break. That works a lot for people who play with Orochi, Shaman, because they instantly want to do that side spin as soon as they see you coming, and that's a really good counter because a lot of people don't expect it. So another thing you can do to mix it up is you can go ahead and throw that second heavy after the spin. That works. That's like a 50-50 shot. Another thing you could do that will sometimes work depending on how much they are attacking, and if they're attacking more than defending, you can throw those attack stance lights. So after the spin, you go directly into attack stance. You can throw a lot of lights from there. Now I'm going to take y'all into a real game, show y'all how I can apply these techniques. Centurions, a lot of them like to lunge. A lot of their attacks are straightforward. So the side dodge kick works really well against them. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yo.
Good fight, good fight. So, like I said, that side dodge kick works really well. After the first kick and hit, he's going to be anticipating the kick. He's going to try to dodge. That's whenever you fake the kick and the grab. That works really well every time. That's almost guaranteed. Some people are a little more higher skill. They anticipate it. But guard break. He wasn't falling for that. Guard break. Dodge the throw. Overhead. Stay in attack stance. Side dodge kick. Ooh. Side dodge. Throw another overhead. Ah. Thought he would hit the wall. Alright, he got that one. He got lucky that time. He was about an inch from the wall. See, this guy, he's playing a little reckless too. You kind of have to change your play style against people. If you see they're smarter, obviously you got to read a little more, block a little more. But this guy's pretty reckless, so. Run into it. Cancel. Meant to do an overhead spin. Oh, good one, buddy. Fake the kick into a grab. Now I'm out of stamina again. That's awesome. Shit. Good game, good game. Alright, so he's playing... He's playing pretty smart.
Round 4.
Kind of misjudged him a little bit. That's cool. Obviously he waits for me to run my stamina out, so we're gonna play against that now. What the? I dodged that. Guard break. Overhead. Stay in attack stance. Alright, come on, buddy. Let him walk into it. Yes, sir.
Victory. Round 5.
Alright, guys, final round. Here we go. Side step kick. Walk into it. That's game. A lot of people like that play attack too much. They walk straight into it, man. That's one move you want to use as much as you can. So this game I'm going to be going with a Valkyrie. You kind of she's a hybrid. I kind of consider hybrids kind of like assassins. Depending on how well she plays, how smart she is, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, you have to kind of read them, figure them out, and then go off of that. So. Okay. She can parry pretty well. Guard break. She's not falling for that guard break. Light. That's another tip I'm gonna go ahead and give you. You know, if they have a smidge of health, you're already in attack stance, they're super close, just throw one of those lights, man. It'll finish the match instantly. Good parry. I don't know how that wasn't blocked. Oh, good fight, good fight. I don't know how none of those were blocked, but we'll go with it. Like I said, this same guy, you know, he still plays pretty reckless. So really, it's just about trading hits. He's pretty good at parrying. I noticed that, so you know, let's try to trick him a little bit this time. Switch directions. Kick, grab. Throw a light. Let's get our stamina back. I went for the parry and I messed up. Okay, starting to expect that more, so you know not to throw it as much. Guard break. Go for it. Oh. Ooh. I choked that time. Tried to go in attack stance and ended up throwing the top heavy. So you can see, you kind of read him as you go along. He's starting to figure out the spin. So we're gonna try something else this time. Walk right into it. Kick, grab. Overhead. That's game. Well, that's around. It's not game, but
Victory.
You know, Valkyries, Kenseis, I kind of consider them like assassins. You got to really be careful because they're super quick. You got to be careful with your attack stance. Sometimes you got to come out of it, like you saw. As soon as I got my hits in, I immediately came out and blocked that overhead. So cancel into the wall. Overhead. Meant to be overhead. Alright, come on, buddy. Overhead. Ooh, see, that's what happens when you're predictable. That's game. Good fight.
Victory.
But anyway, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Kind of pick up on what people pick up on you, and then you also pick up on how they're repetitive. So you see how he kept throwing that top jab, the lunge, over and over again. You know, it took me a little too long to pick up on that all the way at the last round, but I finally picked up on it and I parried it. Your reaction time helps a lot too, and how well you know the characters. So that helps just as much as the mix-ups and knowing what variety of moves you have. So okay, cool. This is a perfect example. So he's a rep 14 Orochi. That means he's played with him a while. He's probably gonna know his moves pretty well. So we have to play against Orochis a lot differently because they're so quick, just like most assassins. So gonna be in a lot of defense mode right here.
Round one.
Or defense stance, excuse me. Alright, here we go. Guard break. Overhead. Cancel. Cancel. Guard break. Ooh.
Victory.
So you see right there, I wasn't in attack stance, hardly any. The kicks, stuff like that, they never work against Shinobis or Orochis, because all they have to do is throw one light or a really quick dodge, and it's never hits, ever. So just got to keep him guessing with the defense stance. Okay, good starter, good starter. Okay, starting to pick up on the spin. Ooh. Go break. Light. Ooh. Definitely thought I canceled that. The defense mode. One thing that works really well against these guys to start freaking out and think they're gonna die. Just throw a quick overhead spin. Insta kill. That's what I was going for, but my cancel didn't work that time, so. Ooh, it's actually got a kick in. Let's get that stamina back. I'm not coming toward the water, buddy. I know how bad you want to throw me in. Let's go ahead and play some golf, please. Oof. That was a beautiful drive. Alright. Dude, that hard-headed. Come on, buddy. Come on. I know how bad you want to kick me. Come on. Trash. Trash. Thank you. Oh, come on. Stamina. Break. Good game. Good game.
Victory!
I don't think he liked that very much.
Round 4.
See how I told you that overhead, they start freaking out. They never block that overhead. Alright. Start off with something new this time. Dodge. Should have parried that. Oof, walked right into that. Alright, let's try some attack stance. Walk into it. See how quick they are? You know, that's why I said typically it never works. Ooh, good deflect. Guard break. Just throw lights at me, buddy. Yeah, they love to do that. You know, he's a rep 14. Like I said, he's not bad. He's putting up a pretty decent fight. Shinobi's super, super dodgy. That's never, ever helpful. Especially him. Orochis are kind of the same way now. They just kind of throw in their lights when they can, and it's basically how they win. So, let's wait for him to slip up. See what I'm talking about. Barry. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. Come on, bro. Quit with the kicks. Ooh, you got your stamina out. Instant grab. Stamina, kick, grab. Ooh. Guard break.
Victory!
That's game, dude. That's fucking game. Let's go. People like this one a little more. I get a little more positive feedback. Might do a Lawbringer tutorial. Show you some tips and tricks on him too. So I appreciate you guys. Peace.